What's going on, guys? Real quick before this video starts, just want to give you a quick heads up. Today I had on Jaden Corbi, who's a rapper also known as CLA from the Canton area. There is some more vulgar language in this, and I don't ask my guests to censor themselves. I want to be organic and authentic for you guys. So I hope you enjoy the video. I think it's probably one of the best interviews I've filmed so far. So I hope you enjoy. Have a great day. Peace. But welcome. We're here, man.
Dude.
Live.
So happy to be here, man.
In studio. Out in a basement, man?
After locking my keys right outside.
After locking your keys right outside,
Yeah.
we're in a basement waiting for that roadside assistant.
We are, yeah.
But yeah, well, we got Jaden Corbi on the pod today.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you so much. You know, I've known Andrew how many years? It's been a while, and I mean I've been all over the place. You know, we've stayed in contact though. You know, I've moved around a couple times, and I've always been excited to see your next project. So
I appreciate
you so much for letting me on this, man.
Of course, man. I'm excited to see you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's been like 2 or 3 years, bro.
Yeah, no, it's been a long in person.
In
sure.
person.
Yeah, we definitely have some conversations on the phone though.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, you know, what are you doing now? You still doing music, right?
Yes,
still doing music.
I am doing music. Yeah, I have been recording, writing, plotting. You know, trying to grow some capital.
Absolutely.
To put behind it and really take this something serious. I have 6 songs out right now, Spotify, shameless plug, Apple, but those are called my Sinful 6 songs.
Okay.
So I made those my senior year. I was still in high school. And they were solid songs. Like, I'm taking no credit away from them, but it was more like party music. It was more like up-tempo rap and the things. And I've grown not out of it, but I've grown through it.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been learning the acoustic guitar. I've been you know, learning how to engineer my own stuff. So I'm excited to see the progress in releasing it and see, you know, how people react to it. You know, and I just want to put the right capital behind it and do it the right way. So I've been really like quiet on the music front, but
yeah.
I mean, I really haven't stopped with the creating and the you know, just posting on Instagram, Snapchat, and just keeping up with my people. And
yeah.
Just I also do some stock stuff. I do so many things, man, that like
that's how it goes.
Yeah, I do a lot of things on a daily basis, but I'm very excited to be on podcasts. This is my first podcast, definitely.
You're doing good.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You're doing great.
Hey,
you're doing great.
That's the goal, man. Drinking Body Armor is not a sponsor yet, but maybe one day. You know how it goes.
Dude, Body Armors, I swear by them because of this. I used to drink Gatorade all the time when I played basketball.
Yeah.
And I played in middle school, high school. I didn't play when I was at STEM because we weren't allowed to play sports. Yeah. Yeah, I played golf my freshman year, and I'm starting to get back into golf now. But they didn't let us play, so I had to quit golf and basketball. But when I would play basketball, back to the point, when I play basketball, I'd drink Gatorade, and my mouth would just get dry. Like, I mean, I love Gatorade, I love drinking it, but I could only drink water. And I mean, I love water, but in a game, for some reason, I just want something to taste. You know, I just want some flavor. So Body Armor does that. Dude. It's actually good. I mean, it's mainly coconut water.
It is. It's good. It's some good stuff. I mean, all the time, man.
Totally.
Let's talk a little about this song that blew up for you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's blow up for most people, but going from where you were at to having a song get up to what, 20,000, 40,000 play, like.
Yeah, it's at 25,000.
25,000.
Yeah, that song's Nokia. It was actually a project. I was in a studio, and it's actually a beat from one of my buddies I used to live with, and I was at the studio with my homie Maury330 in Maslin, Ohio. Great studio. Probably my favorite studio I've ever recorded at, honestly. And he's a great person. Very, you know, he's comfortable around you. You can try things, you know, like in a lot of studios, like I'll come prepared with the right beat and have a plan to execute it and an intention for that song. But when I'm with Maury, I just kind of let it flow through me. And, you know, we wanted to make something a little more upbeat and a little more like punkish. And I just started going crazy on it. And it really wasn't my favorite song that I've ever done, and it's definitely not my best in my opinion. Yeah. But you know, it got on a right playlist on Spotify, and the algorithm just helped it. So I mean, it opened a lot of doors for me. So I love it. But yeah, it was a you know, it was a project. Like I said, you know, it was more just like we're gonna throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. You know, we're gonna plant a seed. Like I said earlier to you before the interview, like when you plant a seed, you're just planting a seed. You're not planting a tree.
Yeah.
And that's so like important to remember, especially in this timeline, like where we're at in time right now. You know, like you see all these people online, and you see all these things, and they're making it, and they're doing this and that, but in all reality, is that really what they're living? You know, is that really what their life is like? And you just want to plant seeds in your life, and if it doesn't become a tree, it doesn't become a tree. You know, but if you do the things right, you know, you can climb that and it'll grow. But
you talking about not becoming a seed, that's so important too.
Yeah.
People don't get it. Failure is just like in the big range of things and how we live our life. Like failure is so important to us to grow. Because look, you might have a tree that's, you know, 2 inches tall, like you get a little something growing and you're like, wow, that's so big, but then it fails, and so many people just are like, I messed up, like this is horrible, and they give up. But the important thing is to plant another one, and plant multiple.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, everywhere, and it works with people too. Like I mean, like I said with Maury, like you know, he kind of took a chance on me, in the music scene where I'm from, and you know like. I was working with a lot of different people. I was still in high school. I wasn't who I am today by any means, you know. And every day, you know, is another brick to who you really are. But you know, I wasn't who I am now.
Yeah.
And I mean, like sitting down doing a podcast and like talking about the world and talking about who I am as a person, I would not have been comfortable doing that then. You know, like I've definitely come into into who I am through that struggle. You know, through the problems of this not going well, or allowing somebody to get in my space and get in my head and change my decision making on things I don't want to do, you know, and like I let people do that to me, and there's plenty other people out there that have done that too, and that's why I'm talking about it, you know. It's not a win, but it's a failure that had to happen for me to be who I am. There's probably a better result of who I am if you really look at it, because of those problems like adding up with my life at that time when I first started making music. Like I said, like I wasn't who I was. So when Maury was very welcoming, and he gave me great deals on studio time, like he helped me get all that stuff out, and I'm excited to keep working with him on this next album that I'm working on. So that's great. But I want to ask you a question about the podcast.
Dude,
I know I'm a guest.
Let's do it. Let's do
conversation. Yeah. So where do you really want to take this? You know, like what is your year goal in a sense? Like,
it's just to be consistent for now.
Definitely.
I've done so many before where I've fallen off and I haven't been consistent. You know, I'm like, I'm starting a sports podcast. Yeah. Then I'm like, well, holy crap, sports is a lot to keep up with. Let's slow down a little bit.
Every day. Yeah.
Every day there's a new thing.
Right.
And you got to record it, but you can't just record it, because when you're doing something like that, like you got to know everything about each player and be like, well, I like this guy. He's coming up. Here's why I like him. I saw this and this. Like, you got to have so many. It's like you're doing an English project every week.
No, literally.
Like, you got to have like all these sources to back up what you're saying. So the goal with this one is just to be consistent, release episodes consistently.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Right now, it's like at least once every 2 weeks I want to put out a new episode.
Yeah, that's perfect for you.
And I'd like to do once a week. And we got a lot of interviews coming up, so it's been
awesome.
good, bro.
Well, I'm excited to watch this grow, but I mean, to be in it, I'm excited, bro. It's really cool, because I mean, like with the music, like you can collaborate with people, but it's really not the main course, but it really is, because the people that I've kept around me is the quality of my end result of music, guaranteed. And I'm talking the engineer, I'm talking the equipment you use, the people that are around me in my day-to-day life on what I'm writing about, what I'm trying to channel through me. And I feel like the reason I call those 6 songs the Simple Six, and like one of my buddies mentioned that, shout out to Noah, he was the one that thought of that, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
But yeah, he called that the Simple Six, and I was like, that's kind of badass. I was like, I like that. But yeah, because it describes it perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not all the bad about me, but it's all the not accepted by the plain world, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just me going out there and trying different things and trying to stay myself and not act like other people, you know, just like something that you've preached in this whole process of doing this podcast today is just being real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like just be real. And like those two words, be real, are like, they go far in this world.
Yeah.
Because it's not always how it is, you know, it's not.
Oh, I know.
And it's great to just be able to be real.
It
in
is.
this environment.
That's the whole goal. That mic right there, I was recording with it the other day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, it's a good mic, but it more just looks good as like something I have on the desk.
No, it looks beautiful.
Right?
Yeah,
But I'm doing a video and I'm just like, it's more my comedy, just like right on the spot, like talk, like just rambling and going and just seeing where it takes me. And in the video, I'm like, and yeah, that's right, I got a mic right here. It's not plugged in. It's just here so I can look a little bougie, you know? Like, but being real and bringing it up and, you know, like, authentic conversation. Like, you know, we aren't staring at a camera right now. Like, it's eye contact. It's different.
Seriously. It's like, it's almost as if the cameras are guests, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of things that we do nowadays, the cameras are like the primary focus, you know what I mean? And if you're living through a lens, like, you're not seeing your true, you know, your true view on everything. You know what I mean? Like, I can stare at the cameras. We can stare at the cameras, but we're not gonna have a real good conversation. But I wanted to bring this book up.
Yeah, let's do it.
This book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I've had like 8 people in my life that I look up to that have mentioned this book to me, and you know, I never been a reader. Like, I'm not somebody that is a book nerd, even though I got 2 books with me. You know, like,
bro, I'm 2 books. One for the
one for the right, one for the left.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this other book, if you're curious, is Gary V. The Thank You Economy. I've only read a couple pages, but I got it for $4.
Hey, that's a steal.
At Goodwill. You got
Gary V would be like, Gary V would be proud of you getting that.
Right,
bro.
literally.
He'd be like, why aren't you reselling it though?
I'm gonna read it, then resell.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to this book.
Right.
I'm only 25% the way through actually reading it, but I'm a very slow reader. Like I said, I don't read a lot. And when I'm reading something like this, and I mean, it literally says on the front, it says the only book you need to lead you to success.
That's right.
So I'm like, well, that sounds sweet. You know, let's read it. Whatever. But
yeah, you got 2 books here.
Yeah. 2 books.
You're good, man.
but like, seriously, this book, like, it's very good, and I've been taking it really slow. But some of the things, like, I highlighted a few things up in here that I feel like, you know, it works for everybody. Like, it really does. I'll come back to those after these here. But you know, there's a millions of people that are mentioned in this book, so I'm gonna keep the names out of it. But I already, you know, gave credit to the book. But one quote in here says that the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be important.
Absolutely.
And, you know, like we said, we talked about this right before the cameras turned on.
Literally right before.
Right before. But, you know, that right there, the desire to be important is literally the prime example of what, you know, social media and everything that this world is becoming is. You know, like that blue check on Instagram. You know, like that right there is a business in a sense. You know, that's a way of income. That's a way of, you know, showing importance in this world. And people die to become important. You know, like, people on this planet really do not want to feel not important. And it's getting worse and worse every day, and that creates, you know, problems in this place. But the way that this book addresses everything is so positive light, you know, and like, it's so easy to fall down that negative, you know, that negative hole that's out there, you know, and there's so many that exist.
People confuse importance with purpose. Like, it's not the same thing.
That needs repeated.
That's it. That's gonna be a clip.
Right. Yeah.
But like, you need that difference between, you're not the most important person in the world. You're not. It is what it is. Get over it. But when you get over that, and you're like, I got to figure out why I'm here.
Right. And
the more when you think about it as you being important, it's very it can be psychologically damaging and negative because you're looking at it as if, other people are like obsessed with you.
Right.
Like you're being photographed by the paparazzi.
Exactly.
But that's not what it is. It's
right.
You need to figure out where your life is outside of that. What your purpose is when nobody's watching. I read this book called The War of Art.
Okay.
And people are like, "Oh, you read you mean the art of war?" And I'm like, "No, that's not what it's called.
Right.
No, not this book. It's different."
Right.
But The War of Art, it's really about like writer's block and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he talks about in the book, like, if you're the last person on earth, how are you spending your time? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I think, like, when I first read this, I was out in the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and I'm chilling, and I'm like, I hadn't finished the book, and so like, I just like had gotten like with a quarter of the book left, and I just never finished it. And it was so small, and I was like, sometimes you just get that book, you get halfway through, you're like, all right, I'm done. I'm never gonna look at this again.
Right.
And I brought it with me, and I was like, okay, I got 2 days till I leave. Let's just take some time. Let's read a little bit, enjoy ourselves. Yeah. And it kind of like just gave me a panic attack when I read that, because my mind went to, what am I gonna do? Like, what do I do? Because, yeah, I like podcasting, but podcasting sometimes comes with more of that. You're good, no worries.
Sorry about that, Bart Simpson.
Hey, there you go. But you're when you're crap. So when you're the last person on earth, there's no one to like influence.
Right.
We see like people talking about they want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
But when it's just you,
right,
there's no one to influence.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'd love to do just sports stuff, but then there's no sports.
Yeah.
Because it's just you. So it's important to find that thing that's for you.
Yeah.
That literally you could do by yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, and I mean, a big thing, kind of like the reason I brought both of these books and like kept them in the lens of the camera was to hold myself accountable. Yeah. To finish these, because what if somebody sees this and they're like, "Oh, what'd you get out of the last chapter of this book?"
That's
I'll
right.
Be like, you gotta, you want to hold yourself accountable to the things that are going to help you grow.
Absolutely.
Like back to the seed. Like, if you don't water that, you just leave it and let the world do the world. That tree might not go the way that you want it to go. It might not grow as tall as it needs to be. Yeah. And I mean, it's also, I mean, this is another sector of this, but it's also about what you speak. I mean, seriously, your words in general, what you say can cause a huge difference in your life. Absolutely. And it's taken me a while to...
We're cool. We're back.
All right, we're all back.
All right, awesome. We're back, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That camera just like shuts off sometimes. Sorry about that.
Heck yeah, no biggie. But yeah, like I was saying, it's all about the tree. It's all about the seeds that you plant, and the words that you say are, in a sense, are seeds. Because if you keep the positivity flowing through you, if you keep the right words, and like I know there's a quote in this book about what I'm about to say. I feel like this is like the Bible of the
of the business world.
Yeah. It really is. But yeah, okay. So this quote here: "Any fool can criticize, condemn, complain, and most fools will. But it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. A great man shows his greatness by the way he treats the little men." And I feel like if people would just read that every day, this world can really change. Yeah, I mean that is simple. It's simple. The simple things are really what make a difference. Like planting a seed. Like if you're listening to this podcast right now, there's got to be a passion. There's got to be something that you're holding off. And if there's not, there's not. But if you can plant a positive seed each day, like something that I've been trying to keep my circle and knowing is, each day I'm starting to think of them as bricks. Yeah. I'm starting to come to this point in my life to where managing my time is the most important thing. Absolutely. It can turn a day into being fully a whole green brick, like a whole go, like we are just moving, but it can also be red, and I mean, it goes both ways, like the yin yang, like it's all balance. And like some days you need that struggle. Like, I mean, today, like, locked my keys in the car. I literally saw you, said hi, and I knew right away that my keys were in that car. And like that could have killed the whole mood. It could have. But you were like, "Oh, it's no biggie, man." You grabbed the hanger. We went to get in my car. I'm not lying to you guys.
We were trying, man.
Right, we were trying, but instead, we called insurance, whatever.
We're standing out there for a solid 30 minutes in the middle of Youngstown. People were like, "Oh, these guys are trying to steal a car."
Yep,
No,
like, yep. These guys
I was
are
like,
trying to
maybe
get
they'll
my-
call the police. The police can help us open up this
Yeah,
door
right.
or something.
Please come this time. That'd be a great time. For
Like, I
once.
mean, it's okay. Like, we're not. If you ever see us out on the street and we got a coat hanger in the car,
We just did it again.
It's not like someone else's car, you know?
Yeah, trust me, I'm not out here stealing from cars. I promise you.
Yeah. So you've been everywhere, man. You've been going, man.
Dude,
Just like
traveling.
go. Let's talk
Yeah.
about
Let's talk about it.
though. So we were. Let's go from the beginning of when. What was the first time where you were like, I think I want to start doing music? Like, what was some of your influences there?
Yeah, so it actually runs in my blood. It's definitely in my blood. I'll take it to my grandpa.
You got like a treble clef in there or something just flowing.
Yeah.
Doctor's like, what's his blood type? They're like,
Oh,
treble
yeah.
clef. Bass. It's actually bass clef. My bad.
Right. But yeah, my grandpa Frank Corbi, jazz musician. He traveled quite a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, he ended up retiring in North Carolina with a bunch of his buddies.
Wow.
That were all from Canton, Ohio. Yeah, and they're a great jazz band. He did a little bit of rock with my dad. My dad's a drummer.
Okay.
He has a couple of songs out there. He's got an album out back in his day.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it's something. I mean, my aunts, my uncle was actually pretty big. He was like a rock star. He had his own band, everything. That can be for another day. We could dive in. But yeah, like it's in my blood, you know. And the music is my passion. So when I talk about the bigger picture of things, I'm talking about in my own head music. I try not to push it on too many people because I mean my music isn't for everybody. You know, everybody has a flow and a rhythm to them that they like. You know, or a place they came from that they rock with. You know, so I never push it on too many people. But when I get deep, and I get deep a lot, I really try and like help people. You know, just in conversation.
Absolutely.
And like it helps me help. You know, like it like I said with the words, it's a seed, you know? And I mean, just asking somebody their problem at work or something can really change their brick into a green brick, you know, for their day, like I said earlier. But yeah, so with the music, it started out more as I always kind of knew it was me, you know? I always kind of knew it was my thing back in the day. And I really just like kind of just kept like taking a hit at it, kept taking a pick at it. And like to the general public and the people that follow me and the people that, you know, check up on my things, they realize that I do it in seasons. I really do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I allow myself to grow and then I put more stuff out and then I allow myself to grow and then I put more stuff out. I feel like that's really what I've been realizing is what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And it's an everyday grind, but it's an everyday grind that like, you know, comes into a circle when it gets complete. And and it's something that's so fulfilling for me that it doesn't matter where the music goes. It never has.
Yeah.
It never has. And that's how I know it's a passion. Because these businesses and these things that I do on the side are always flow into it. You know, it always flows into the music because that's what I want to do. That's truly what I feel in my heart is for me in this world.
Yeah.
And that's really where the music came from. I had a lot of influences from a billion artists, dude. I mean, like,
who you like I know your go-to is like MGK.
I love MGK.
Y'all be out there shooting hoops.
Yeah.
How'd that happen again? Let's go into that. How'd that happen?
We can go into that. Yeah. MGK is somebody that I found when I was very young. The first song I heard from him was "Running" on his Lace Up album. That was when he was, you know, Wild Boy, Waka Flocka with him.
Yeah.
He's crazy Cleveland dude, and you know, I was from Canton more than Cleveland, but I moved all around Ohio. I've been to 20 plus schools, so like, I was always, you know, kind of going to Cleveland, and I'm not from there though. But you know, I always went to Cleveland. I mean, he was the dude that was putting on in Cleveland.
Dude, you were telling me you just drove up to Cleveland the other day. You were like,
"Oh yeah,
go see the stadium. Let's go up."
Dude, I'm like that, man. If I get a feeling it's an hour drive or wherever I'm going, man.
Oh yeah,
and that's how I kind of do with life. You know, if I have a feeling that, you know, this might just, you know, improve my day, make the green, and make the brick green, you know, I'm gonna shoot my shot. But yeah, so me and MGK, I played basketball with him at his festival, EST Fest.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I had a friend that got me in. I was only 17. You got to be 18 to get in.
Yeah.
But so we basically helped people park.
Hopefully the cops ain't watching.
Yeah.
The cops.
12, relax.
They're going to be like, bro, you were 17. What are you doing?
Right. I'm 19 now.
They're
so
like, did you play the lottery while you were in there? You know, that's the only thing you could do at 18.
Right, literally, bro. I was trying to, I was trying to get in. So we figured out the way that she knew my friend knew the owner of the place, and we basically worked for him. We helped people park for a couple hours one of the days. It was a whole like weekend, festival thing. And I was just playing basketball, just shooting around, literally at the hoops. Dude walked up, everybody got off the court, and I just kind of looked at him because I was just like, this is really MGK, like just walking up on me. I was like, okay, cool. And I met him 2 times before this, not like sitting down and talking, but I've seen him around. We've had like conversations, in the past while traveling or whatever. We've crossed paths before, so he kind of knows him, he kind of doesn't.
You gonna help me get MGK on the pod?
Dude, we got MGK, that'd be crazy.
Send him a text.
Get his girlfriend, I forget her name. But oh my gosh, my girlfriend does not like his girlfriend. Oh. Megan Fox.
Oh,
Megan Fox.
yeah.
Get Megan Fox on the podcast.
Oh.
MGK, that would be next level.
It wouldn't be on YouTube anymore.
No. Only fans.
It'd be something else. I don't know.
That would be like...
Still making money from advertisement that way, though. Probably get more views.
Yeah. Currency would go up.
Hey, it would.
But I was just shooting around. Everybody got off the court, and we were like playing like 5-on-5, and like I was just in the zone, whatever. I had Doc Martens on. I didn't even have basketball shoes on. But came up to me. He was like, "Hey, can I get the ball?" I was like, "Play me for it." So I passed him the ball. I checked it up, passed it back. I hit a jumper. People were going crazy, and then I drove on him. Laid it up. People were going crazy. It was crazy. Because they were trying to get footage. Like his security was with him. They were trying to get footage of him interacting, and he really does.
Yeah.
He at that festival, it's like family. It's not like you're not supposed to go up to people and like, oh, can I get an autograph? Can I get a picture?
Yeah.
It's very comfortable because it's in the middle of Ohio, nowhere.
Yeah.
And all his fans.
Where was that? Do you remember?
It's somewhere in
Dude.
It's Something Dreams is the place, and it's a whole, like, they have camps that go out there. Motocross people go out there. It's, Something Dreams, but yeah, you can look it up. EST Fest. I don't know if they're gonna have it. COVID. I know that COVID took it out last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're having it this year, but it was a great festival. It was really it was just cool because everybody was human beings. They set up like such a great environment, and they preached it the right way. They influence it all the right way. So like props to MGK. Mod Sun was out there. Mod Sun's one of my favorite artists.
Sunlight, bro.
Yeah, no, dude, he's a cool dude. You should definitely check out on the Mod Sun if y'all haven't.
Yeah.
Out there, he makes some really positive music.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Let's turn that fan around.
Fan around here.
Yeah, can we just turn that around? There we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we'll see how much
Breezy
fun
view.
editing this is. But, dude, I'm sweating so bad over here. You're like talking. I'm like, let me get these eyebrows, get a sweat out real quick.
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I got the shirt on. I ain't even hot, bro.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Shout out Vitamin Water.
Shout out Vitamin Water, man. Triple X. Shout out to Megan Fox. But yeah, dude. So you reading books, man.
Yeah.
Let's go into how we met. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're just out going to an engineering school, and who knew after 3 years removed from engineering school, we couldn't freaking get a hanger to touch a button. Like, jeez.
You'd think they would have taught us, something to.
Thought that was in the curriculum.
Yeah,
bro.
seriously, that should have been. Yeah, but I mean,
Jeez, Miss Young would be ashamed of us.
Dude, Miss Young, I never did nothing. I never did nothing in that class. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I never did nothing in that class. No. I was, on the computer playing Minecraft with Johnny.
Dude, it's so much more fun.
The whole time. It was a great class. I loved it.
Hey, Minecraft's great creativity. People don't get it.
I learned a lot. Yeah.
Dude.
But back to the MGK thing was crazy. Some other influences I got in music would be Dominic Fike. He's a guy out from Florida, actually. He's from Naples. I haven't ran into him yet. I've been trying. You know, I've been emailing him. Like, I mean, I really go hard with the emails. Like, emails are kind of like a life hack. And nowadays, if you're trying to, you know, grow in a music way, a podcast way, like anything creating, you know, if you just email the right people, get yourself in the right room. I have a friend that makes TikToks. He actually does music. He's such a cool dude, but he's from Cleveland. His name's Sir Yacht. And he would definitely be somebody, if you could get him on the podcast, you should. Yeah. He's a great dude. He's really, really smart. He actually moved out somewhere still in the Midwest, but he's with this guy that makes YouTube videos. He's pretty big. He makes like dad type like video jokes. And, like, he does all. Oh, you betcha. Yeah, that guy, and he's so funny. You know, he's such a cool dude. But he's actually working with him now. So like, shout out to him. I haven't got to see him in a while.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. I
think I applied for that.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it up. I was like, bro, let's apply real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, he's the one that got it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, he's a really good dude. But shoot, what was I bringing him up for? I knew I was bringing him up for a reason.
We're talking about Derek. Is the other guy that you were talking about that influenced you aside from
Dominic Fike?
Dominic, that's what it was.
Okay, yeah. So Dominic Fike, his music's just so connecting with like what I rock with. You know, like what I really listen to, and it's not rap. You know, it's more like acoustic, like vibey, like mixed in with a couple rap verses in there every now and then. And I'm telling you, the music he's making right now is insane. You know, he's worked with Paul McCartney. I mean, he's got a record deal. You know?
Is it like a Post Malone deal?
Yeah.
You know how Post Malone, like, he got the raps in there, but because his roots are rock, you know, so you hear it all throughout his music. You hear the different elements that are in there.
Yeah.
And but then rap will come in there, but it's not
exactly.
Like, it's more appealing to everyone.
Right, right. Yeah, in his own way. You know, it's kind of like a Post Malone ordeal. Because, I mean, he came up, like, rapping, like, heavy and, like, kind of like how I did. You know, we all kind of, like, see that dude out there popping that's rapping, and it's kind of fun. You know? Because it's, like, there is skill behind it. There's writing behind it, and the beats are more, you know, fun, entertaining. You can hop into it easier when you're initially coming into things like music. And, you know, Dominic Fike's just talented on a different level because, you know, he plays the acoustic, you know, he plays the piano. Like, he's very talented in everything he does, and he brings it all together. Like, he brings it all together very well. And I got a tattoo of one of his albums because they call him an industry plant because he kind of came out of nowhere. And he basically had a lot of problems related to my problems back in the day. You know, he had some family members in jail. I've had the same issue, and it affects your life, you know, because like when you don't have people like a good foundation as a kid, it you know, it kind of like steers you in the wrong ways, and you kind of not always the wrong ways, so you know, it steers you in the way that you learn something, you know, like
I've told people before. I told you this on the phone the other day, like excuse me, like I'm not trying to like some people might be like, dude, you're so stupid, but like. I would love to have had that happen to me. Yeah. But have a similar mindset. Because when you come out of something like that, the strengths you have are so much greater than the strengths that, you know, someone who comes out of even a rich family. You know, you don't see these rich kids always, a lot of times, you don't see them succeed easily at all.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard.
It's very hard. And you don't see like, because it was never like that for them, where they just like, where they didn't have a place to, like, if they wanted to start a YouTube channel, they could do it like that. Mom and dad got you, bro. Right. But, like, you see so many people who have successful parents, and then they just never live up to it because they're just handed everything. Right. So when you start out with nothing, with literally nothing, you're able to build a foundation that's more solid than probably half the people you meet.
Right, because you do it organically.
Absolutely.
You know, because you are growing. You make a great point at that. And, you know, I've definitely encountered my struggles in my life.
Absolutely.
Big time. I can't say I never had nothing. You know, there's people out there that definitely have had less or, you know, have harder situations.
That's the way to look at it, too.
Right. And what I came up, especially my junior year, I would take it to my junior year. This is after I met you. This was after STEM. My junior year in Kenmore, I was going to Kenmore Garfield, and it was not. It's not the best area. It was one of the most dangerous schools, but I actually loved it.
Yeah.
And for that reason right there, because whatever I was doing in my life, it helped me project, because it's a projection of momentum is really truly how you escape something like that. Like I was living with my mom, single mom in Kenmore, and my dad was out in Vegas at the time. And it was rough, like I really had to fill our plates in a sense, I mean, seriously, you make it that simple. Like I don't have to get too deep into it, but it was a rough time for me, and it was a growth period. But I got myself out to New York. I was doing some modeling, doing some acting stuff. I got myself out to Los Angeles. I got myself out there, like we were talking earlier. Like I really traveled, and it helped me become what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it slowly, each experience slowly just shaped who I am every day, and it's not done. It's just beginning, it's really just beginning. Because, I mean, I actually went on a missions trip to Brazil with the Damascus Friends Church.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin. My dad helped me do a lot of things to help me get there, and I appreciate him for that. And, I really grinded because we didn't have money, like we didn't have the accessibility to just fly across another country, get a passport. Like it's a whole process, but I really wanted to do it because, I knew I'd get the experience that I thought I would. And it was actually even bigger. On the plane, it's like I think it's a 19-hour flight from Florida. We flew to Florida to get there because Orlando was the only airport that would take you. We were in Recife, Brazil. We were near Recife. It's Carpina.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a school there, like an American school. They speak English. They help kids in there, and all these Brazilian kids that are like, living in, what our garages look like.
Yeah.
Basically. And I mean, that's the easiest way to compare it to, to make you guys see it, what I saw. And it was sad. It was depressing. And seeing those things, opened my eyes. I knew it would. Everybody told me, you're gonna see things, that are gonna make you feel a certain way. You just be here to be a light. Because like I mean, Americans there, all you have to be is American there, and like people are excited to see you because they know you're not from there. They're so genuinely like good people out there that it's almost like seeing their struggle is exactly what you said. You kind of want to be with them because it's a genuinely like it's a empowering thing because these people have each other's backs truly just to get by.
And just to be clear, like it's not that you're not grateful,
No, definitely not. I'm so grateful to be here.
Me as well. Like that's what I want to make sure people don't like. Geez, these guys aren't grateful for nothing.
No,
man.
we definitely
We're grateful for the life that we have and the opportunities we have. But like when you get like going to a third world country,
getting out of it makes you see it. You see it totally. And I mean, I advertise and put on for traveling in general. Like I mean, I tell everybody I meet with that I have respect for, you need to travel. Like seriously, like don't go crazy. Don't live without out of your means. But like if you can go somewhere and see a different point of view than you see every day, do it. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And the people and the things that happened to me on that trip to Brazil totally changed everything. I mean, absolutely, it was like, a whole flip. A whole flip of my life. And I'm so, appreciative to those people for accepting me how they did. And I basically saw a shooting star on the plane because there's views of like these planes that they take you on when you're going across, oceans are a little bigger. And they had a screen and like you could see different views, like different camera views.
That's like, sweet.
Yeah, and I literally was looking at it and I literally saw a shooting star, and I will show you. I have video of that. Oh. So yeah, I can show you that. I was literally recording it. I was like, whoa, this is cool because I just realized I saw a shooting star. I was like, is that real? I was like, no way. I watched it for another like hour straight to make sure it wasn't like an animation or something, like not something to make it seem like, it was fake. But I was just like, wow, this is gonna be a trip, And, like, that moment right there was just like, it's like pre-gaming. It's like right before the game, you're just kind of like, whoa, like it gave me butterflies, it gave me all this. But a story that I think I should tell on the podcast is something very, very crazy.
All right. Let's pause real quick before we get there.
Yep.
We're going to pause because we're getting on the 40-minute mark.
Okay.
And I know that guy's got to be coming soon. So we'll be right back with the story, bro.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, we're back. Welcome back. How does it feel to be a man with all the keys now? You know?
Dude, oh my gosh. Speaking of keys, are you in my pocket? These things, man.
These things. They're back.
They ran away. They grew legs and ran away. But we got them. We're good.
Idiots, bro.
Seriously.
Like, you got to raise your kids better than that. You can't just let them be running off. What are they, Jesus or something?
Dude, I couldn't believe when I knew it right away. Right away. I hit the button right away. Knew it. I was like, shit.
All right, let's get back into this story.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
Story.
You're headed to Brazil, bro.
I'm on my way.
On them Brazilian women. No. On them Brazilians mission trip.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we can start it, we'll take it back a couple months before the actual trip. It was in the summer. It was like right after the school year was over, basically, is when the trip was scheduled. And, you had to fundraise the amount of money or whatever, and we sold Christmas trees, a whole bunch of different things we did, a bunch of things. It was fun. It was a cool experience. But, like I said, on the plane, no, let's cut that. Let's take it back.
Cut that.
that.
We don't cut it. Bro, it's raw here,
right,
bro.
Yeah, but anyway.
This is getting drug right into the premiere. We're good.
We got to start it in class,
right.
In math class, actually. At STEM.
Best times, right?
At STEM. Yeah, it was sophomore year. And I literally stepped on something with my foot. I stepped on something. It felt weird. So I looked down, picked it up, and it was a chain. Literally like a thin, it was probably about as thin as this chain, but it was gold. And it was like a circular logo, or like pennant. It was a pennant, and it said "Saint Christopher Protect Us" on it. And it's a Christian, Catholic type, chain that people wear. Yeah. But it said "Saint Christopher Protect Us" on it. And my middle name is Christopher. My dad's name is Christopher. My grandpa's middle name. So, it kind of connects to me. So it's kind of cool. But I didn't take it, actually. Math teacher went to the principal's office, Mr. Sandy, Right. I told him.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Mr. Sandy.
Pretty cool principal.
Very cool. And this is another reason why it's really cool. He was like, if nobody claims it in a week, it's yours. Like, they said something over the loudspeaker, and a week later, it was mine. He just literally gave it to me.
Hey, good things come to those who wait.
Right. So I wore it. It was very cool because you could, on the backside, it was like a thumbprint kind of. So I would hold it like this. I just kind of touch it whenever, whatever. And
you were like, if I forget my password on iPhone, I could just take
that,
flip it around, put it on the spot.
Right. It was cool. And. But so that chain, it was cool. But this leads into the Brazil story. So I finally go to Brazil. I see the shooting star. I've never seen a shooting star in my life. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was telling everybody walking out. I was like, "You see that? You see that? You see that?" Nobody saw it but me. And I was watching on the camera on the plane, like I said. And so we got to Brazil, and it was just a great welcoming. It was amazing. It's a beautiful place, dude. Their food there is not crazy different. It's not like like Chinese food where they make all this stuff, or that. Brazilian food is very simple, and it's like rice, your meats, your greens. Like they always make it very basic, but their sauces are just insane. This drink they have, it's a pop, but it's all natural. It's made out of stuff you can grow, actually. Not like
there's some weed in there. No, I'm playing.
Some THC. No, but it's called guaraná.
Some THC. We got liquid THC now.
Oh, they do.
You having back pain?
Yeah.
Brazil's got you.
Brazil, right. You're right. But yeah, anyway, so, they got this drink called guaraná, and, their food's great. But we got paired up with some kids and, in groups, and everybody was kind of either, playing sports, doing art, talking about God, it's a mission trip.
Yeah.
They're putting everybody in there. And, my focus at the time was not on God or religion or anything like that. And it seemed like everybody else in my group was. And, I'm the first one to say I'm not the perfect Christian. I am Christian, but I'm not the perfect Christian. And I was kind of just trying to like, you know, make a difference. That's
Yeah.
really what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking more so like, let's shove all this information to these kids that aren't going to retain it. You know, like, I mean, they were, you know, having fun running around. There wasn't a good like teaching, like sit down period of time. I mean, there was at times, but you know, like, you know, we mixed it in, you know, we kept it all in activities and everything. It was a mission trip.
Yeah.
But I got paired up with these two kids. One was, I mean, they're both so cute, man. But like one just like.
Not like in a pedophile way.
No. They were just.
Gotta make sure we don't get canceled.
It's a serious story, man.
You're gonna end up on CNN.
They're just like the coolest dudes.
Where's
ever,
Gabe
man.
when you need Chris Hansen, man?
Oh my, yeah.
Bro, Gabe Detweiler, shout out to him, man.
He's into it.
He's into that Chris Hansen.
Yeah, in the least, you know, like they were just great kids.
Yeah,
they were
great kids.
We'll leave it at that. And like they were just bright lights, like beaming lights.
Absolutely.
Everything was amazing. You know, I had the translator with me, so you know they speak Portuguese, I speak English, and we were just. You know,
that's what they speak down there.
Yeah, Portuguese. It's not
that.
Spanish. It's not Spanish. A lot of people think it's Spanish. It's very close, but it's Portuguese. And you know, obrigado is thank you. Obrigada, thank you for girls. Like, I don't want to teach Portuguese.
I don't speak it.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
I don't know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, so we had a translator and we would talk.
Wait, are you in English now? Hold on. Gotta make sure.
Yeah,
right,
get
cool,
the CC like
close.
I really be watching like at night, like when my girlfriend's sleeping or whatever, I'd be watching videos and I keep on the captions. So they gotta have the Portuguese on there. But yeah, these kids are just great, man.
Yeah.
And like I slowly gathered more and more information about them and you know their situations, and it was just powerful because I could feel the difference and I could feel like them coming out of their shells and like. They're like very shy to, you know, very crazy, very shy. You know how kids are.
Definitely.
You know, like, and they were just so smart for their age and everything. You know, like they really knew like they could pick up on things very easily, and you could tell. And like it was the first time in my life where I talked so much. You know, like I love talking. I'm on a podcast. I love talking.
Let's go.
You know, I love talking, but in this situation, you can't really talk a lot. You know, like when we had the opportunity with the translator, we would. You know, obviously, but like. There's a bunch of other groups, you know, we weren't the only group, but these kids, you know, they were just so good, and like a lot of the other kids weren't following. They were just so good, and basically I figured out that towards the end of the story, you know, like this kid just looked up to me everywhere we went in this group. He was there right beside me, and like, you know, he just really looked up to me, and I basically figured out that his name translated into English was Christopher. So this whole time, you know, he was kind of like putting his fingerprint on my chain like I was before he saw me ever do it. And he was just kind of touching it and, you know, he's feeling it around. And, you know, I wasn't fine with it. I was giving piggyback rides. We were running around playing soccer. Like, it was just a great week. And towards the end of the week, you know, I was like really feeling it because I knew I would, you know, miss this. And I really was just like really feeling the weight of everything. And every moment just really was big for me. And I remember all of it, you know, and I'm trying to make this story as, you know, fast as possible.
You're good.
But basically, to make the long story short, Christopher, the kid, I saw his mom. His mom came over because like they could tell we were having like such a good connection between all of us, and like we were all like, you know, doing the most out of groups. All the competitions we were winning, and like every, you know, it was just cool, and it felt really good because all the kids like gravitated to us after that. You know, because, you know, he got a little more popular. He got a little more friends. You know, he felt good. You could see the smile in his eyes, and it was amazing. But so basically, when we were on the bus and I had to leave, they gave me some extra time, and I talked to his mom, and I made sure, like, you know, like, it wouldn't put him at danger to give him this chain. Yeah. Because I just felt like, you know, it was put into my life to give. You know, it wasn't mine. I didn't buy it, you know, but it had a meaning to me, and I knew that kid having that would make a difference, you know, as little or as big as it can be. And, you know, so I got down, I literally like got to his level, you know, and like I leaned down to him and I was like, you know, I took the chain off and I put it over his neck and I saw his eyes just cry. It felt like, you know, you gave him a Lamborghini or something. And like that right there, like just seeing all of it, I have dreams about it, you know, like, and just doing that, like, for that whole trip made it all worth it. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I probably worked over 200 hours, like, to go to Brazil, like, guaranteed, you know, just selling trees, you know, helping out the community. Like, it was such a good group of people that put this on together that it was amazing. I knew good things would happen, but I just felt so so like like the gravity wasn't a thing. Like everything was just so amazing. Like making that difference and doing that, and like that's the story I try to tell to everybody, that like when we have time, and it, you know, I can really go deeper into it. It can be a 4-hour story sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know, I try to give you the quick run of it. But I mean, that kid. I mean, I got pictures I can show you after the podcast, or we could edit on there. But it was such a great experience, especially for like, if I was my dad, I would have loved my son to see all that. You know,
Yeah.
so like I shout out to my dad for helping me do that. And you know, he really that was a good time, you know, in my childhood. That was one of the best experiences that I can really talk about, and you know, try to influence people to, you know, like take that risk. Like,
Yeah.
you know, do that. Put it, you know, this hard work from way back when I was still going to school, you know, trying to do my homework and also like get everything done and like, you know, raise that money. It was hard for me at the time because I was really taking school serious.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I got into music, and then, you know, I didn't take it as serious because I was more worried about the music, you know.
No, I get it.
Right. You know, you find that passion, but that was an absolutely, genuinely, like, that moment makes me like see bigger picture. That moment really opened a lot of like doors in my head, in a sense, to like, you know, there are things that you can do in this world to really make a difference. And like that change, just finding it in math class, you know, was really nothing to me, but it was kind of ironic, you know, like
Yeah.
Saint Christopher protect us. That's cool. So, and yeah, I also found out a little bit more about the boy that gave the chains, who hit, you know, his dad like died in a war or something. And yeah, and it was crazy because, you know, his middle name was that boy's name.
Yeah.
So my dad's name is my middle name, you know, and there was so many connections from like the other side of the world from this kid and me. And like, you know, I love the Cleveland Browns. I am like, you know, I rep that. You know, I love the Browns, you know, and he loves like the soccer team there. And it just felt like, you know, yeah, I know I was like a bunch older than him, but it was like, you know what, this could have been me. You know, like if I wasn't born in America, if I wasn't born free, like this could have been me. And I was like, I love, you know, I got my ring on today. I didn't even realize I got changed. Like I love that stuff because it makes me just feel a little bit more me.
Yeah.
And like that chain is him, you know, that chain is his. And like I hope, you know, some days he remembers me for it, you know. And like that whole situation was just a movie. Like it was a movie. Like it did not feel real because after it happened, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. You know, like you can't leave that and then just like forget about it. You know, like that's something
100%.
that just stays with you forever. And I mean, I got a Brazil flag at my place, you know, and every time I see it, I just think of them. You know, like, and it's something good to have. So when I get really like, you know, down or something doesn't go my way, you know, that's something you can turn to.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
we're gonna wrap this up real quick because batteries are dying on the cameras.
Oh, yep.
It's unfortunate, you know.
Right. It was a great episode.
It's been a great episode.
I feel like we got a lot in there.
We did. Let's do this real quick. We're gonna do two things. First,
okay. Yeah.
Let's figure out what is, besides these two books, what are two other books you recommend to people?
Two other books.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot. I know one book that I always keep with me. It's called The Giver.
Yeah.
That book's absolutely amazing. I think I can make a difference in anybody's life. I love Gary Paulson. It's not like these books, but he made like Hatchet, if you know that book.
Yeah.
And, like all those. I'd say those books are like my personal favorites. I don't know if like that with Gary Paulson, like them books would make a difference in your life. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great stories. They're something good. I think, you know, getting away from swiping on your phone on Instagram and all that is such essential for the over. Oh,
it's good. We got another one.
Okay, cool. We're all good. But yeah, overstimulation of the mind is something we could get into if we have another podcast, because that is definitely something I've been looking into a little bit more. Hopefully I know more about it. But I mean, overstimulation of the mind is why I got into books lately, because I mean, I'm, you know, you just get on these things and you just never stop.
No.
You never stop until the battery dies.
We're good. We still got two. We're good.
Sweet.
What are so what are, let's say like another like two albums that
two albums
you think are like.
Yeah. Don't Forget About Me by Dominic Fike is revolutionary.
Okay.
I got that tattooed right here. My grandpa had a CD called Don't Forget About Me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I got that, and I mean, also like it's a message to me. Like my best self is who I think of first. You know, you always want to think of your best self first, set your ceiling as high as possible. So like, don't forget about me. You know, just don't. But it's a great album. That's a great album. Dominic Fike, Don't Forget About Me. For my people that like rap music from Ohio, I would say General Admission by Machine Gun Kelly. I know I talked about both of them artists. Like, they're the only ones I listen to. Yeah. I listen to a lot more. But, I mean, those two are definitely the most influential, I'd say, in my life. So, yeah, General Admission is by far Machine Gun Kelly's peak completed. Each song's a story. Each song is a great story. There's great bars on there. Can't even tell you my favorite one on there. I can't. But there's so many stories. Just let the album play. So, yeah. Leave it at that.
All right, what do we got planned for you? Like, next 2 years?
Oh, yeah.
5 years? However you want to look at it, we could do next year. What's your, like, goals coming up?
The main goal is music momentum. Because I know I have the talent. I know I have the content. I know I have the stories. I have everything I need.
Yeah.
I have absolutely everything I need. And I'm trying to record at home a little bit more just to get more, like, experimental with things.
Yeah.
Like I said with the Nokia song that, like, blew up on Spotify. That's not my best song. If you think my best song, my best verses, if you like rap, is off Doctor, my first song I dropped when I came under as CLA.
Yeah.
And the second best song, I'd say, is Airbnb. But Nokia is up there, top 3, I'd say. And Nokia, did great. It was experimental. And I want to get back to, being experimental. You know, being, like, vulnerable to things that, I feel like I might not ever try, in a studio with a bunch of people, beating down my neck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would say just be vulnerable with things and create what you can. And that's definitely what I'm trying to do with, my next, year. And, I mean, just keep improving on, like, my quality of life and where I've gotten myself out of, you think back, I look on memories on Snapchat, like, they blow my mind, dude.
Yeah.
Like, a year ago, what I was posting, and a year ago, like, the situations I was putting myself in, and things I was doing, like, just wasn't, aligning with my greater purpose.
Absolutely.
And, like, aligning who you are and aligning, like, what you want and having the intention behind each action you do is absolutely the key to all this, the key to your passion, the key to living in this life, not worrying about a piece of paper that controls our lives. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you think of our needs and you think food, sleep, you need money for both of those.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Does that sound crazy or what? Like, you need a piece of paper to take care of yourself, And, I mean, it's where we're at, it's where we're always going to be at. It's only going to get worse with inflation. But, I think this year has just been, like, growth for me, big time. And, I mean, every year should be, but this year has been very, like, instrumental because, I've only dropped the 6 songs to the public. And that is, like, something that, like, people look at as a con, and I look at it as the opposite. And, like, I feel like I've just been working so hard and not getting that, like, pat on my back.
Yeah.
That I used to when I was dropping stuff, and it's honestly been beneficial in a lot of ways. But I am ready to get back out, into the public, get back out, putting stuff. I've been making my moves. I mean, seriously, and I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you for this podcast.
I'm proud of you, man.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Dude, you got 25K, bro.
Yeah, no, I was celebrating. Yeah, and I mean,
you're reading books, getting smart,
I'm trying to build a better foundation. Yeah, getting book smart.
You're getting book smart.
Not
losing your keys.
Yeah,
not locking them in the wrong places.
They write a book on that.
Do it.
They gotta have a book on that.
You gotta call it, like, when you lock your keys in your car. Just like. That could be a whole book, like, about you're like, I'm not looking at this with negative energy,
Right, no, literally. I mean, today, you show up to a podcast, you're trying to bring the most positive energy. I was watching videos on the way here of, like, like, how to be a good podcast guest, because I've never done this. This is something I'm not, I'm comfortable talking.
Yeah.
Comfortable, getting deep. I'm comfortable talking about how I truly feel. I'm just not comfortable doing it on camera. And, like, doing it today, it feels good. It's another step. It's another step in the right direction for all of us, creating consistency and, laying those green bricks. Like, you think who you are as a person, you're very complex. Human beings are very intelligent. The only way we're still here is because of technology. Like, you know, we've
Definitely.
continually advanced our technology, and we're still here. You know, we're still walking on this place. You know, we're
Absolutely,
destroying
yeah.
it, but we're walking on it. But you know, it's been a great experience being here, and I know the cameras are dying.
Hey, they're dying.
So
man.
we gotta wrap it up. But I'm
not
glad
dying
I'm
of
here.
laughter either. I wish they were, and hopefully not dying of COVID, because that would be unfortunate, man.
Shout out to anybody that graduated of class of 2020.
Hey, let's go.
That
Quarantine,
reminds
bro.
me of your T-shirt, man,
Dude.
because we just got thrown to the wolves.
Dude,
man.
we got screwed, bro. People don't get it.
They really don't.
They're like, I don't know, figure it out, stupid. And
Yeah.
we're just waiting for it. They're like, here's an ice cream
Go
cone.
to college.
Here's a piece of paper that says you sort of get it.
Yep.
It's probably the equivalent of like, what's that?
OSHA certification.
You have an OSHA certification. Or like the equivalent of a, what's it called when you go back? Call it when you're in high school.
GED.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
our degree is like the equivalent to a GED. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, seriously,
it's a
like,
good enough diploma. You know,
you need
like-
a high school diploma nowadays. That's all you need.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need much more.
That's right.
You really don't. And I mean, most people didn't even need that. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, do a Google search. You know, you'll get a list of so many successful people. Nothing that is human made can stop you from chasing your passion and being great.
That's right.
There's absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Because, I mean, some of the smartest people that I talk to in my circle are people that do not have the most money.
Yeah.
You know, that do not have, you know, the big house, the Lamborghini. Like, the people that are flashy with it are usually the ones that, you know, got that opportunity and seized it, which is great. But the ones that are genuinely, like, you know, good with who they are and doing their thing, it's all that matters.
Yeah.
This, I mean, you know, like, volume, like, I posted on my story today on Instagram, I mean, on Snapchat. It's like, volume is not the definition of happiness. You know, like, you can have like, taking it back to the Brazil kids, like, them kids were happier than any, like, every kid there is playing outside,
Yeah.
you know, being a kid, you know, like, nowadays, like, dude, there's so many kids that aren't kids here no more
No.
because of these screens, like,
Doing
seriously.
that. Charlie D'Amelio, you know.
Yeah, right. Just
Renegade or
TikToking
whatever.
and
Whatever
oh,
the new
man.
dance is now. What is it?
I don't know,
man.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, they're doing the carton challenge, the milk carton.
That was crazy. I think I could do it. I think I could figure it out.
Dude, it cracks me up.
It is funny, man. It is funny, the trends.
Yeah, but thanks so much, man, for coming on. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
And we'll have you back for sure.
I'm definitely
It was
ready for
good.
an episode 2 when you guys are. But, you know, we'll put this out. We'll push this out. But if you guys are watching, we appreciate it.
We'll get these cameras charged.
Seriously, yeah. We'll get these cameras charged and we'll run it back
That's
another
right.
day.
That's right.
But it's been a great episode. Thank you for everybody tuning in, man.
Yeah.
Hell
Drop
yeah.
a like. Subscribe,
Come
you
on,
know.
y'all. You got it. You already
Share.
know. Put it out. We gonna do this. Put it out.
If
We
you
gonna
don't
really
drop
do
a
this.
like, you might have some family that
Family
might not be
issues.
with you anymore. In spirit, you know, in theory. You're gonna lose some of them ghosts that be hanging around in the closet, bro.
Gone.
I had a cousin who was a ghost in a closet. Turns out he was just closeted. You know, like it wasn't not like closeted like Santa Claus, but like closeted like, you know. Shout out to him. It's not June, so we can say so.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good episode.
Nice to see you, man.
We'll run
Great
it back
episode.
for sure.
Definitely.
Oh my.